All right, Rod, we've been talking about the future of space. We've been talking about how this is a game changer globally for military, for deployment, but also geopolitically. So you don't have to have all of these corrupt arrangements and so forth. It's all brilliant. But in some ways, Starship is just the early stage. It's like the Wright brothers airplane compared to where we're going. I know you're a big fan of science fiction, Star Trek, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica. We've had great conversations. How does this lend itself? Where does Starship take us? Where is first contact? Explain what that means for our viewers. And where will we be as a race, as human beings, 200, 300, 400 years from now?
Well, on the geopolitical issue, I'll just add that this dramatically alters our need for forward bases. It dramatically alters our need for some of our dumber alliances, and that is a game changer. And the resemblance is more to Heinlein, really, than to Star Trek or to Star Wars, although I think you get to a Star Trek-like future if certain things break the right way. But Heinlein, you'll recall, in The Man Who Sold the Moon, Delos Harriman works out a private space company that takes people to the moon for the first time. Ultimately, that develops into settlement on the moon and Mars and all kinds of places. And there's a short story where Harriman had rocket-based cargo and passenger service all over the world. And it's just like, I think Elon just picked up that book of short stories and decided it was his business plan. They had something that's a lot like Hyperloop too. And that stuff's going to play out in the near term. Now, we also have some very interesting folks down at the Cape who are making tremendous progress on manipulating gravity. And I really think these guys are going to win a Nobel Prize in physics before they're done. But if you can do that, you can create constant acceleration. You could get to Mars in a matter of days or even less. It opens up the entire solar system, and it potentially gets you to answers to how we could do faster than light travel. People have thought this was just silly. I know in 1980, Carl Sagan did Cosmos, and he was all, that's just fantasy. That can never happen. By the time he revised Cosmos in the early 90s, even Sagan said, I was just wrong. The physics has developed in a way where we really believe that faster than light travel is feasible. We don't know how to do it, but we're pretty sure that we could. And a lot of progress has been made since then. So I don't think it's at all unreasonable that we could have a Zephram Cochrane, as in Star Trek First Contact, in our lifetime.
And what year was that, by the way? What year was First Contact supposed to have taken place?
April 5th, 2063.
See, it comes right off the top of your head. April 5th, 2063. And I hope that is in my lifetime. I'd be 102 years old when we hit there, but maybe we'll even do it sooner. You mentioned, Heinlein and others. This was great thinking. Even C.S. Lewis is writing about space and space travel in the Space Trilogy, which you turned me on to and I had to read. This was great thinking. And it was the stuff of science fiction, but there's so much fact in it. Compare Star Wars, Star Trek. What's the future like?
Well, it very much does depend on whether you have faster than light travel. And another science fiction series that your audience should be aware of is The Expanse. Number of books there. And of course, ultimately, they're going to other solar systems because there's this advanced alien technology and it allows them to do it. But The Expanse does a tremendous job of showing human settlement of the solar system 200 years from now with only sublight drive. And, themes that are reasonably similar to what I'm describing with the gravity drive that is being worked on now. So, yeah, what you'll see is a tremendous number of people living and working in space. Elon's talking about 1 million by mid-century. I don't think that's crazy.